Thank you. Good morning, everybody, and a happy new year to everybody. For people who don't know me, my name is Rafferty, and I am an Eagle manager with Forever. I've been with the company now for just over 5 years, and my background is paediatric nursing. And I have 4 wee boys, as Bob has said, and it was whilst I was on maternity leave with my 4th little boy that I was introduced to Forever. I came to a point in my life where I was looking for something that would give me a better work-life balance. With the long hours and the stressful conditions of nursing, I was looking to reduce my hours and be at home more with my children. So Forever really did tick all the boxes for me, and I was able to get started straight away and earn that couple of £100 that most of us come into the business for very quickly. That did help me to bridge the gap in my maternity pay at the time, and it also helped me to return to nursing on part-time hours. And I worked my business alongside my nursing in the nooks and crannies for the first 2 years. I worked it in pockets of time and on my days off, and just little pockets of time here and there. Life then threw a curveball to me 3 years ago when I was diagnosed with a serious health condition. I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. So my nursing had to be parked to one side, but thankfully for Forever, the business that I had built up in the previous 2 years really stood to me financially, and enabled me to embrace my 14 months of treatment without worrying about my finances. I'm thankfully I'm fine now. I'm in remission now for 3 years. But I never went back to my nursing. I took an unpaid career break, and Forever has moved now from that plan B to my plan A, and is now my full-time income. I built a really great business over the last 5 years. I have a fantastic team of girls, and I built a really strong, stable retail business, which has stayed solid over the last 12 months as well. And this is what I'm going to talk to you today about, the ideas, the tips, the things that we have done as a team that has helped our retail business during this challenging time that we're in. So the factors that really did help me was the fact that people at the minute do really want to bring a strong immune system. Now, when I think back to March, when COVID first hit, and we were so used to being out and about, doing aloe bars, doing launches in people's homes, out doing craft fairs and things, and sharing our products face to face with people. And literally overnight that was taken from us. And for me personally, it was quite a worrying time at the beginning, because I had built up a really good retail business, and I was worried about my sales, I was worried about my team, and worried for my own health as well. So I started to want to build up my immune system to begin with in my family. So I started increasing my gel, I started taking more of the immune products, and I shared this then on social media. And what I found was, I seen that there was a massive demand. The orders were coming in, the inquiries was coming in about how people could build up their strong immune system. People's skin were crying out for high quality products that work. People were contacting me asking how, what had we got to help with their skin. They were using standard soaps, and with the excess hand washing, people's hands and their skin was seeing the brunt of that. And they were coming to me asking what we have that could help them. People's waistline were seeing the brunt of the lockdown. People, I know, during the first lockdown, it felt like it was Christmas Day every day in our house, because it was just a habit we got into of just maybe watching movies and picking out. And lots of people were the same, and this had an effect on their waistline. So we had the products to help people to combat that. And the way I looked at it was that if they didn't buy from my shop, they were going to go elsewhere. These products were in demand. And if we didn't promote our products, if we didn't get it out there what we had, then they were going to go elsewhere. So it was really important that you focus on your mindset and get out of the way of thinking that people have no money. It's a time where they're not going to be buying stuff, because the products were in demand. People want to improve their immune system. People want to improve their skin, and the weight management was the 3 main areas where we as a team have focused on over the last 12 months. And you really need to focus on how you can help people and not on the negative side about the doom and gloom of the pandemic. So that's how we embraced it at the beginning. So the top products that we looked at as a team and that we focused on during the last 12 months, being what's on the screen there in front. So I put the case credit value for each of these products on here. And retailing during the pandemic, it doesn't have to be scary. If you have a look at the products that are in demand at the moment, and for the sake of this presentation, I'm going to talk about retailing 4 case credits per month, because we all did come into this business to earn money. The majority of people come in for that £300 to £400 per month, and retailing 4 case credits in a month is going to get you that £300 to £400 a month. So for the sake of this presentation, we'll be looking at that and the products that you can focus on that will help you build a 4 case credit retail minimum. So because it is 4 case credits is the foundation of your business, and it's a fantastic habit to get into, regardless if you are building a team or not. It's the foundation to get that really strong, stable retail business for repeat orders as well. So the products on the screen here, as I mentioned, we've got our skincare products. So the hand soap, it's one of our most amazing products. With the excess hand washing that we're all doing right now, and if you're using standard basic soaps, it's going to strip the moisture from your hands. So people are wanting stuff that works and something that's going to help their skin, and our aloe soap is absolutely amazing. And it's even more exciting now that we've got our new liquid soap coming out that we can even share even more benefits of. We've got our propolis cream, we've got our C9 and our shakes, which are fantastic products for helping people on their weight management journey. We've got our signature aloe gel, which should be the basis of everybody's regime in the day to help them build their immune system, build their energy levels, and protect their digestive health. And then we've got our immune supplements there. We've got our kids supplements, our Immu Blend, and our bee pollen. Our bee pollen was very popular in the first stage of the pandemic because of the time of year we were coming into, but we will be coming back into that time again now where people are going to be looking at the bee pollen for the allergy season time as well. So I'm going to give you an example here of a 4 case credit monthly sales using a handful of products that are relevant to the climate that we are in. So I've put on here 8 tri-packs. Now, Louise Riley on her trainings would always recommend that we're taking 120 mils of aloe vera gel on a daily basis for optimum health. So if you have gel drinkers, they should ideally be going through a tri-pack every month, at least a tri-pack every month to maintain that 120. So I'll break this down in a second, but if you're looking at 8 tri-packs in a month, that's going to get you over half of your 4 case credits. Now I've put here 1 C9, but in January, there is no reason why we cannot sell multitude of C9s with everybody coming out of Christmas. We're entering another lockdown. So people are really focusing on their weight management at the moment. So our C9 programs is fantastic. We need to be telling people about it. And then I put here just a handful of our skincare products. So 8 soaps, 8 propolis cream to help people protect their hands and their skin with the excess hand washing. And then our Immu Blend, 5 per month. So when you think about the population in our country, we've over 60 million people of a population in the UK. We've over 5 million here in the island of Ireland. So when you look at those figures on the screen, it doesn't seem that much. It's actually a minute proportion of the population. And when you think about it, could you really find 8 people to look after their health, that wants to improve their health? Could you find 1 person in the month that wants to improve their weight management journey? Could you find 8 people that would like to switch their soap to our soap, backed up by our 60-day money-back guarantee? When you think of the population and that small number of 8 people, it really is something that can be done. So let's break it down. Looking at this example then. Okay, so when you look at 8 tri-packs in the month, you're looking at 2 per week. So do you know 2 people a week that you could encouraged to improve their health, 2 people that's looking to improve their immune system, 2 people that's looking to get more energy, better digestive health. When you think about it like that and you break it down, it's not a lot of people. I've put down here the 1 C9 in the month, but as I say before, in January we could sell one C9 every couple of days, no problem at all, if we're just promoting our C9 program. If you haven't done a C9 yourself, then I would strongly urge you to do one, because it's difficult to share the benefits of the C9 program when you haven't done it yourself. So I would definitely urge you to do the C9, and we've got our C9 program coming up now on the 11th, with the whole of the FBOs getting on board together. So now is a perfect time to get on board as well and see the benefits for yourself. It makes it easier to share the products and to share your journey and to blog about it as well. So then, just looking at our hand care here, 2 people in a week that you can get to switch to our soap with our 60-day money back guarantee. Do you know 2 people that's maybe in an environment where they're excessively washing their hands that would like to support their skin health by using our products, and then 1 person per week for a new blend. When you look at it like this here, it's just minute, because our products are consumable. People are coming back day in and day out for our products. So that's the beauty of Forever. You do not need a huge amount of products. You do not need a huge amount of customers to build a 4-case credit retail business. So focus on what's comfortable for you. What are you passionate about? What products do you use and that you feel comfortable talking about? You may want to focus entirely on weight management. You may want to focus entirely on the drinking gels, or you may want to focus completely maybe on immune health and build up your retail business that way. It's entirely up to you, but you do what's passionate, what you're passionate about and what works for you. So I'm going to show you another example here of a breakdown of the 4-case credits. So in this example, I have put up 16 of our single aloe vera gels. Now bear with me a moment, that seems quite a lot in a month, but I will break this down in a second. I've put two of our C9 programs, which will get you almost 1 case credit, 4 hand soaps, 4 Propolis cream, 3 bee pollen, 4 Immu blend, 5 of our shakes, and 4 of the kids supplements. So these are 8 products. Now, if you think of each one of these, who do you know that could benefit from these products? And even the shakes there, you know, I know for myself with having 4 children and entering another lockdown, they're constantly snacking. They're constantly opening the fridge, they're constantly in the cupboard looking for stuff to eat. They never stop. And what I did during the first lockdown was I introduced them to the shakes. So if they were hungry, they take a shake now and they absolutely love them. And I'm reassured that they're getting a good proportion of their daily vitamins and minerals from 1 shake. So it's a kitchen cupboard item in our house at the moment. So not just for weight management, but also for extra nutrition. So like, who do you know that you could promote those benefits to? The kids supplements. Do you know 4 families that would like to support their children's immune system in the current time? Do you know 4 people that would want to improve their own immune system in the current time? Write out your who do you know list and go through it and think of who you could contact or promote these products to, because you, as I said before, you do not need a huge amount of people to retail these products to. So just breaking down this example then, if we look at the 16 bottles of gel. So this would be 4 bottles of gel per week. And it doesn't even have to be 4 individual people. You could maybe promote this to a family. So if you had 2 adults in the house and they were each buying a bottle of gel off you, that's 2 families per week that you could target. Looking at your C9, that's 2 C9s in the month, that's 1 per fortnight. Do you think that you could sell 1 C9 program in a fortnight? In the current time, yes, you can. 4 hand soaps in the week, 4 people who you know that would want to improve their hand care. As I said earlier, it's just, you know, promoting these products and thinking about who you could target with them. And when you do break it down, it's not a lot of people at all. So if you think it's going to be hard, it will be hard. And it is really all down to mindset. And this was, you're going to see this as a common trend through all the presentations from last night and today, that mindset really is a common trend here. If you think that it's going to be hard to retail 4 keys credits, then it will be hard. So you need to break it down into bite-sized chunks. Break down, you know, what are you comfortable promoting? What products do you love? Because when you're passionate about a product, it's infectious, and people will buy from you, from your story, from your selling techniques, rather than the information that you're putting about the products. So what are you passionate about? And do a plan out about how many you want to sell in the month, and work out how many you need to sell in the month to get you the retail profit that you want. So and breaking it down into bite-sized chunks. So just moving on then to the next slide, then in the current times that we are in, social media really is key for us right now. And whenever before the lockdown happened and COVID happened, I did use social media, but I used it really just for awareness, and I didn't rely wholly on it for sales. But now, in the current circumstances that we are in, we really are looking at it more. And without it, we would have been in a really bad position in our industry. So we're very blessed that we have so much platforms that we can promote our products on. So if you haven't done so already, I would strongly urge that you set up a customer page, a customer group, so that you can promote your products on a daily basis. What I do is I use my customer page for doing daily posts on the products. Our marketing team have fantastic visuals for us on Forever Knowledge that we can use to promote our products. There's lots of lovely lifestyle images for products. There's lots of different product information images that we have the tools to use on our page. So definitely look into those and use them. It's very easy to set up. You can set it up just on the back of your own personal profile page. And I do recommend that you do have this customer page, because you don't want to be bombarding your personal profile page with products consistently, because anybody maybe that's checking you out online, they don't want to see a plaster of products every single day on your profile. You want to keep your profile for your personal life and showing your lifestyle around forever, and not plastered with products. So to keep your products separate on your customer page. Keep it a private group. So by keeping it private, you've got complete control over who is in that group. So you can physically add people to the group, and if anybody requests to join the group, then you have the control to approve or not approve them into your group. So it just means that you have complete control over your page. I strongly advise you that you're consistent daily and putting posts on the page. When you're keeping it a daily consistent flow of posts onto your customer page, it's fresh in people's news feeds, and it's showing up on people's notification that you're posting, and it shows the people that you're running this business successfully on a daily basis. So, you know, if you think of a shop on the high street, they don't open their doors one day, close for 3 days, and then open it again another day. They're consistent. So you need to treat your business the same and treat it like it is a business on the high street, to open your doors every day. I used our customer page for doing some Facebook Lives. I would come on and I would do maybe short 1-minute videos for promoting a product at a time, just to give key points about the product. So when people see your face, see you using, see you using the products and talking about them, there's more interaction, and there's more chance of people, getting involved and commenting and liking when they see real people promoting their products. I use my children a lot. I'll show you some of my examples in a wee minute. But I would use them, and promote them using the products, and show pictures of them drinking their gel or taking their shakes, or their kids' supplements. You can also set up like separate groups on the back of this, like if you have a group of people doing a C9 program, you can set up a C9 support group where, it's just for people doing the program. And, you can share recipe ideas, meal ideas, hints and tips, and just have like a community of support for people doing the C9 program. So that's another example as well of what you could do. We use, as a team, we would use Facebook and Instagram stories and using the polls on the stories quite a bit. And these have been really valuable for my business, and I have got a lot of sales from this. So just the stories are excellent because they only stay up for 24 hours and then they're gone. So anybody, you know, looking at your page, they're not going to see a constant stream of products as well. So they're just up briefly for 24 hours and they're gone. But the stories is fantastic because they give your audience an opportunity to, you know, to interact and get involved. So an example of a story, for example, if you put up a before and after picture from a C9, and you could give them a poll where you would put the question, are you ready to cleanse? And give them 2 positives. So don't give them a negative answer. So you can choose a positive, like, yes, I am. And the second positive would be how much, or can you send me more information? So don't have a no or a not now or anything like that. Keep your 2 options positive. So either way, you're going to get a positive response to your poll. And I found that this is a really good way of getting people interacting as well and asking about our products. Online launches, I'm going to touch on now in more detail in a second. We've also, as Bob said, we have been creative with our WhatsApp and Messenger events, where the whole team has come together. We've got groups of our customers into the one group at the one time, and we share a range of products over an hour and the benefits of it. And again, I'll talk on that in more detail in a second, but this has been really successful for us. You know, we've done different events over different times of the lockdown, like Halloween, Black Friday, Christmas, and it has been a really, really big success for us. Mentioned before, doing short Facebook Lives, just do quick 30 minutes to 1 minute videos promoting the product. As I say, when people see your face and you talking, they're more captivated and they're more likely to listen to you. And then, of course, it's really important that you're following up on anybody that is commenting on your post, liking your posts, interacting, that you're following up on the back of that as well. So then, just moving on then to a wee bit of information about online product launches. Now, we are in the business of network marketing. So this is what we do. We network with people. So when COVID hit, it was something that I suppose we were all fearful with. How were we going to network? How are we going to get our products in front of people? But just because we're in a pandemic, we do have social media, which is an absolute blessing for us. And there's no reason why we can't share our products and get our products in front of people. So the online product launches has been a fantastic way to get showing people your products, and you can do this in different groups. So you can gather different groups of family and friends and customers online, and you can do this either via like a Facebook event, or you can do it on a Zoom call. You can do select groups of people. So you could do maybe an overall product launch, a generic product launch. You could do a weight management evening. You could do an immune health evening. And some of the girls in my team are now organising a lockdown ladies night, where we're going to do just for ladies and focus on products for them in lockdown. So there's different creative ways that you can think about to get people online in different groups. So you never run out of people to get online and to get sharing your products with. It's fantastic. You can do this from the comfort of your own home. And especially for me, I'm on my own a lot with my boys because my husband's a lorry driver and he is away in England quite a bit. So for me to get, before I would have had to get childminder in to go out and do a launch, and maybe you're away for 3 or 4 hours at the time. But it's fantastic now that I just have to pop them into the sitting room, put on a Netflix film for them, and I can just go into the next room and get the launch done and dusted in about 45 minutes and without having to leave the home. And it's the same for your guests. And a lot of people who maybe didn't turn up to face-to-face launches back before COVID was because maybe they finished a day's work and they were too tired and they just didn't feel like leaving the house to come out to somebody's house, get dressed up to go out. Now they can do that from the comfort of their own home. They can put on their jammies, they can turn off their camera, they can sit and have a glass of wine and listen and look at our products online. So it really is a 1-1 situation for absolutely everybody. So in your starter box, if you're fairly new or within the last 12 months, you will have product launch cards in your starter pack, and these are amazing for doing product launches. You need to keep it brief, so you don't need to know the ins and outs of every single product. So have confidence that those product launch cards is really all that you need, and sticking to the main points and the main points of the products. Don't have an awful lot of products either, because if you're talking for a long period of time, your guests will get bored and maybe switch off. So keeping it brief. And for me, if I'm doing a generic product launch, I would just stick to the basics of the starter box and maybe add in a C9 as well, just so that you're keeping their attention focused on the event, and they're not getting sidetracked and maybe disengaged if it's going on too long. I also include a prize draw. We would have done this in face-to-face launches, and it's really important that you still do this in online launches. So you can do this by sending a PDF of the prize draw, and you can get this on Forever Knowledge. And it does take a little bit of preparation, but it really is worth it. Sending the prize draw out to people before the launches, either an email or WhatsApp, and get them to fill it in. Because what that means for you, you have their data, you have their information, their contact details, what they're interested in, what kind of products they're interested in, and if they're interested in the business. So you have that information going forward, so that you can follow up and re-engage with them after the online launch has ended. If you're not comfortable doing the launch yourself, ask your upline for help. That's what they're there for. They can help you ease into doing online launches. They can help you do it for you, your first one or two for you, and then maybe build up your confidence by even doing a testimonial yourself, or talking about a couple of your favorite products yourself, just to ease you in to get your confidence up. It's always really important that you ask your guests to invite a friend on as well. Again, you want to increase your who do you know list and your network of customers. So asking your guests to invite a friend is really important, so that you can get as many people on as possible and expanding that who do you know list. And I would aim to do at least 2 of these per month. If you go through your who do you know list and you can group people into different categories, you should not run out of people and categories to do launches with, especially in the current times that we're in at the moment. So moving on then to the next slide, then some of the tips then that I have put together of how I engage with my customers from that very first point of contact to them ending up as a customer. So in my social media posts, if anybody likes my post or if they comment on my post, I'll pop them a wee message just to thank them for engaging in the post. And I'll ask them, is this something that they would be interested in, or do they know if anybody interested in? It just gets the conversation going. And there was something in the post that interested them, or they wouldn't have liked it, or they wouldn't have commented on it. So you need to follow up on that. It's really, really important not to just to let that go. In your poll stories on your Facebook and Instagram, if somebody votes on your poll, you need to follow that straight up with a private message, share whatever information they're looking with them, and then add them to your customer group. And it's always important that you ask permission to add them to your customer group, because you want to let them know what the group is all about, what they can expect to see in the group, and give them the option then that anything does not interest then they're free to leave it themselves at any time. So if you do end up getting an order from a poll, so you can either take the order, you can send them a link to your retail site, or you can post the order yourself or do a doorstep delivery. So those are the kind of methods that we've been using. So, you know, to adhere to the public health guidance of social distancing and keeping ourselves safe and keeping our customers safe as well. And again, the key is to follow up. If somebody votes in your poll, it doesn't end up on a sale, make sure that you have it in your diary to contact them back in a couple of weeks' time to see maybe then is a better time, or maybe offer them like a voucher or a voucher code online for them to get a bit of discount, or maybe on the product that they had showed interest in previously. Okay, so for our social media, WhatsApp and Zoom launches, it's really important that you're sending a personal invite to your guests and not a generic group message or a widespread message on social media to get people to come on, because a personal invite is much more effective. Also, if it's a group message, people you might see leaving the group, and it can be very unprofessional looking and quite bad looking if there's a load of people leaving the group who aren't interested maybe in our products. So you need to send a personal invite and engage with that person personally, so that you can tell them exactly what it's about, and just give that better customer service when you're contacting people. We will send a reminder to our guests 1 hour before the event's about to start, just to remind them. They may have got sidetracked, they may have got distracted, and maybe have forgot about it. So it just gives them a friendly reminder that the launch is going to happen in 1 hour's time. We also do a cutoff time for orders. So if we're, say, launching an event at 7 o'clock, we will say to our guests that the orders will be placed after 1 p.m. the following day. So it gives them just that time frame that maybe if they're not able to tune in at the time, that they can come back and look at the offers, especially if it's a WhatsApp or a Facebook launch, and they can go back in and browse in their own time and they can get their order in before the cutoff. So it also means that you don't have your other customers hanging on waiting to put in an order, that you have it, you know, wrapped up and order placed within a certain time. We also send our guests a PDF product brochure. Again, you can find this on Forever Knowledge, and you can send that to your guests before the event so that they can have a browse through the products and see what other products there is maybe that might interest them that you're not talking about on the night. And then again, when the event is over, we'll send a follow-up message, and we'll thank each guest for coming on. And that's just a courtesy message, giving a good level of service, and as a thank you to them for taking the time out of their evening to come on the launch. And then the next day we'll either pop the message up on the WhatsApp group or the Facebook event that there's a 1 hour reminder of when the orders are going in. Again, people may have got sidetracked, something maybe have come up in their life and they've just totally forgot to put their order in, and it's just a friendly reminder. And then of course, when we get our sales, we will follow up, and it's really important to follow up on absolutely everything. Should it just be a lip balm? Follow up and ask your customer, are they happy with the products? And then if they have got a good experience with the product, if they're happy with the products, then sometimes what I do is I'll screenshot that message and I'll make their name anonymous, and I pop that on my customer page, because people like to see real results. They like to see reviews and good reviews, and that's it gives them, you know, real feedback, and gets your customers engaged as well. I'll always ask for referrals as well. So if my customer's having a great experience with the products, should it be the gel drink, should it be a fantastic result from a C9, I'll ask them, do they know of anybody that will be interested in getting the same benefits? And then you'll offer them a little incentive, like a discount, maybe if it ends up on a sale, or a little free product, maybe a free lip balm or a personal care product if their referral leads to a sale. Some of the examples here then of what I've done over the lockdown as a team. So we've done Black Friday sales, we've done Halloween sales, which is the next slide. Halloween event where we, you know, and the way the WhatsApp groups work is we set up the group. We any team members that are going to get involved, they all are admins. So one person sets up the group, and whoever in the team is getting involved, we set them up as an admin. So that gives them control on adding their own guests to the group. We then, you know, pick a time. So we say for 7 o'clock, and during that time, we will post a range of products and their benefits, just very short key benefits of the products, and we keep it within the hour so that it's not going over as well. We tell our customers to mute their group, to mute their WhatsApp group if they're not going to be available at the time to look at the products, so that they're not bombarded with notifications if they're doing something else. And then they can come back at a later time and look through the products in their own time. We also changed the settings in the group so that it's just the admin that can post or comment on the group. And that way means that if there's a lot of people on the group, that maybe some people are asking questions, and it can get a wee bit messy and a bit noisy if there's constant notifications. So we change our settings that it's only the admin, so only the team can comment on the group, and it keeps it more professional, and that is just the notifications of the products going up that the guests are seeing. So then we reiterate to our guests then that if anything catches their attention, if they're interested in any of the products, if they have any queries, that they go back to the person who invited them on the group to make them that contact of queries and sales. The last picture there was just of a Christmas showcase that we did on Facebook. We went live, a few of us went live and showed examples of Christmas gifts that we put together just before Christmas. So that was just another way of showcasing the products. We kept that group open until Christmas, and we each all put up our individual little gifts that we put together. And if anybody was interested, then they went back again to the person that that added them to the group. Next slide then is just, the next two slides is just myself showing how I use the products with my family. My boys just love me for using them as guinea pigs. I'm constantly showing them using the products. You know, I would put up a post, maybe starting the morning off, building their immune system, and these type of posts really do get interaction with your audience. People like to see the real life examples of us using our products, and whenever I put posts up with the children, I always get much more interaction than just a standard picture of a product. So it's really something that you should embrace as well. Show you and yourself using the products. So bringing it back then, folks, to your goal. So, you know, why are you doing this activity? Why do you want to retail? And you really need to have that reason why. Why are you taking time out of your day every day to retail your products? What gets you out of bed to take action? You know, so bring it back to what profit would do for you. So on the screen here, you can see the profit value of what 4 case credits would do for you at each level of the marketing plan. And this is based on using the aloe vera gel to generate 4 case credits. So you can see here, assistant supervisor, £344 a month by retailing 4 case credits. That would be a huge benefit to every house right now, because every house is feeling the brunt of COVID right now. There's people being furloughed, there's people has lost their incomes overnight, people have lost their businesses, and the uncertainty of whether their business will get back up and running again after this is over is very, very, very real. So forever have a way to help. And if you're listening on the call here this morning and maybe you've let your business go to one side, maybe you haven't been giving it attention like you wanted to give, then, you know, have a look at what 4 case credit retail profit would do for you. You know, it's really important to look at, you know, and figuring out what that would do for you. You know, it might take the pressure off your finances. You could use it to buy groceries. You could use it to pay bills. And as I say, everybody can do with the disposable income right now. People who are furloughed or maybe on a percentage now of their normal income, that percentage that they've lost through furlough was their disposable income. So everybody needs this right now. So it's really important that you give something to focus on. So it might be even for next year's holiday. And every one of us here can do with a holiday after this pandemic is over, especially if you're homeschooling, let me tell you. So just moving on to the next slide, just a couple of examples of what that 4 case credits could do for you. So really, really have a think about what you would do with that money. Write it down, put it on your vision board, and really see yourself with that. So this will give you focus on days where you're finding it tough to get to take action, where you're maybe procrastinating, maybe you've decided to watch Emmerdale instead of taking action on your business. So it brings you back to that why. Why are you doing this business, and why do you want that retail income in the month? It gives you drive, it gives you something to focus on, that maybe on days where you can't be bothered to work on your business, just think about what you would do with that money. And when you think about, you know, what it could do in a year for you, like that assistant supervisor 4 case credit retail income is over 4,000 a year, and that would get you a fairly decent holiday. So just moving on to the next slide there. So I'm just going to finish off my presentation with the top tips that I would recommend for you. So if you're sharing your products every day, people will know you're open for business. So you need to make sure you're telling people that you're still open for business. If you're not, if you've decided just to let the pandemic take over, your customers will either stop using the products or they will go elsewhere to get their products. As I mentioned earlier, these products are in high demand and they will go to other health food shops or other companies or other network marketers to get their products. So we need to be telling people about our products. I've mentioned here to not rely wholly on social media posts for sales, but it is a big part of our business at the moment. But you still need to make sure you don't lose that personal connection with your customer. Continue to talk to people about the products by phoning them and by messaging, keeping up that level of customer care, making your customer feel valued, and providing that really good service to your customers. Also, it's important that you set one day in the week to follow up with your customers, because it's really important that you give your customers that good service. That builds your repeat business, that builds that solid customer orders where they're going to come back to you because you've given them a good service. It's also important that if you've had previous customers that maybe used to be gel drinkers, that you go back to them, get in touch with them, because maybe their circumstances have changed now, and with the pandemic, they might be looking for something to support their immune system. Just to get in touch with them, to let them know you're still doing this business, and that the products are still available to them should they wish to get back on taking them again. As I mentioned before, always ask for referrals and ask for testimonials. These are key to helping you get more customers and to expand your who do you know list and your customer base. It's really important that you are a product of the product. You need to be using these products yourself. And if you're not using the products, it's very, 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 very difficult to build a customer base. Becoming a product of the product, showing you using the product, showing your family using the products is key. And people buy off you. They see you're passionate about the products, they will buy off you. If there's products in your house that Forever have an alternative, you need to make that switch. You need to be using every single product that Forever have that you're using in your house, that Forever have an alternative. Because again, this is your business, so you need to treat it like a business. And as mentioned earlier, write down your goals. What would you do with that money? What would you do with that 4K's credit income every month? Write it down, put it in your vision board, and really connect with it to drive you and help you to get focused on your on why you're doing your business. So that's my part of the presentation finished, and I just want to introduce to you now a Forever business owner who is someone who has achieved and maintained an incredible retail business during the pandemic and lockdown. His name is Jason Ward. He has been using the Forever products for almost 25 years now. He joined Forever 8 years ago just for discounts, and has since then built a fantastic manager business, solidified by a fabulous retail business that he has maintained over the last 12 months as well. So Jason's going to share with us how he's embraced lockdown and how he is able to maintain a fantastic retail business. So Jason, it's over to you.
Thank you, Bernie. Thank you very much. And morning, everyone. Happy New Year to you all. Before I start, I just want to share something from actually what Jane was just talking about that I'd already done. So my word this year is shine. I've got a mug as well to show that. And it's not just shine for me, it's shine for my team. And, you know, everything I touch sort of thing, I just want to shine. And I just believe, I'm a big believer in monkey see, monkey do. So if I show people that I'm doing it, then they'll just follow suit. So I did that in mid-December, actually changed it for this year. So I just wanted to start with that. So what I'm going to go through now is sort of my retail journey for the last year. But before, I just want to explain to you how I started and how it all began. And like Bernie, I've probably done very similar to what Bernie's done during lockdown, but I just want to go through my journey itself. So I started back in 2012, but like Bernie said, I actually found the products, and I've actually got an old style bottle here. Back in 1996, I got offered to look at the opportunity, said no, it wasn't for me at the time, but I love the sound of this aloe vera drink. And I can remember getting it and being really excited until I got home, and then I tried it and I thought, oh, it's gone off, and I actually rang the lady back and said, I think you've sold me an out-of-date product. And she was like, no, that's what it tastes like. So I've got to admit, within a couple of weeks, I was hooked to the drinking gel, and I carried on drinking it for quite a few years. And then mortgages and things like that. I did have a few years where I stopped drinking the drinking gel. But then in 2008, I was diagnosed with a serious heart condition. And when I got back on my feet, and it was around 2010, I decided I need to find this bottle again. And I just decided that I needed to improve my health. As we all know, it's really good for your immune system. And having any heart problems, it does really hurt, tamper with your immune system. So I got back involved with the products, and I was loving using them, mainly the drinking gel and the tooth gel. And then in 2012, after 1,000 times of someone asking me to take a look at the opportunity, I decided to get started, but only for the discount. I said to myself, I'm never going to get a customer, and I'm definitely not going to build a team. But when my box arrived, I realized how amazing all the products were that was in the box. And in my first month, I was 4cc active. I think I actually did about 7 case credits in my first month, which for someone that was never going to get a customer, something definitely went wrong there. I'm not sure what, but I'm not complaining now. So in my first month, yes, I was 4cc active, and I've been 4cc active ever since. So when I first started, I decided I wanted just to promote the products that I knew. But because I got my box and I loved the products in the box, I decided just to concentrate on the products in the box. I didn't want to look at the old range because that would just put me off, and I wasn't in it for that reason. I was in it because I loved what I was using, and my friends and family knew that. They'd seen a big difference in my health. They'd seen, obviously, a big difference in my skin as well. So I just concentrated my first few months on the products that came in the box. And I found it really simple to do that because I was using them. And because I was using them, obviously, it was generating a custom. So for my first, I'd say 18 months to 2 years, I was always 4cc active, probably about 6 case credits per month. And in that time as well, I hit manager within the business. So I was doing quite well for somebody that didn't want to do anything. And I maintained that then right until 2018. A manager business, always doing my 4, averagely 6 case credits per month. 2018 hit. And for some reason, I think it was from the Kickstarter, Jane's Kickstarter, and I just wanted to improve my retail. So I wanted to take my retail from around 6 averagely to about 10. And that sounds a lot, but I'm a big believer is if we say we can't, then we don't. If we say we can, we can. So I thought, right, you know what, I'm going to go for 10. And in my first month of January of 2018, I hit 10 case credits and then maintained that for a whole 2 years and averagely hit 10 case credits every single month, which I was really, really super proud of. And then 2020 hit and the virus hit. And what did I do? I panicked. I absolutely panicked. Thought I was going to lose everything. Thought my business was going to fall to pieces. And I thought that no one would buy anything from me. And I'm not ashamed to tell you that because we're all human. And my first month, so sort of end of March to sort of end of April, I did very little extra in my business because I just panicked. I thought all my customers were going to go. And I just didn't do anything. I just was, I suppose, like rabbit in headlights. I was just shocked. I just didn't know what to do, so I didn't. And obviously I did my 4. I probably ended up on, I think it was about 9 in March. And I honestly believe that is because my customers are regular, bought for that month and thought, right, we'll get some in case we run out. We can't get them in April. So for me, I would say, even though I was lucky that things still came in, I did very little extra. And it was sort of mid to end of April that I thought, right, I need to do something. I can't keep just not doing anything. So I decided that I was going to contact all my customers, just send them a quick text saying, I'm here for you. And I'll do my utmost best to get you the products when I can. Obviously, uncertain times, we don't know what's going to happen, but I will try my hardest to make sure I look after you throughout the lockdown. I was on furlough at the time, and I just didn't. It was like, because no one knew. I just didn't know what best to say. So I thought, if they knew that I'll do my best, that's good enough, I think, from my point of view. So I decided in April to do a C9 campaign, only for the fact that I'd been working in the garden the whole of April, cutting big trees down. So I'd been eating more because obviously I needed the energy, and I'd put on a little bit of weight, and I just thought, right, I'm going to do the C9. So I started to campaign. And like Bernie's explained, I just did little social media posts. I just did little things that were going to create that bigger picture. Not all at once, but just little tapped in daily to just different things I was doing. And then that went really, really well. And by the end of April, I was on 12 case credits, which I was super surprised with. I just didn't expect it. So I thought that campaigns work. So then I think Forever did one in June. So I just carried on. I just carried through May and June. I just carried on with the campaign and just went for it. And I thought, what have I got to lose? I just kept out. I took a picture of a box and got some of my team take a picture of themselves with a box. And we just put it on the social media. Again, like Bernie, using stories and things like that. So I think I just did it. And because I was self-isolating, I realized that I needed to change my customer ordering. So what I did is I created all my customers their own online account. So all I asked for was their mobile number and their email address. Obviously, a lot of my customers had the mobile number anyway, but their email address. And then I actually logged them in to a Forever online account. But I placed the order for them because I'm a big believer. If you send someone the link, you'll follow up with them the next day, and they'll go, oh yeah, I'm going to do it tonight. You'll follow up with them the next day. Yeah, I'm going to do it tonight. But if you're ordering it for them and they can transfer the money to you, obviously by PayPal or bank transfer, then you've took that that effort they need to make off them, and you can do it for them. So every single one of my customer, even if they're local, I created an online account for them, but then gave them their login details in case they wanted to have a look around themselves. And that worked out a lot better than I thought, but I'll come to that a little bit further down the line. So all my customers had their own account. So I just carried on doing events, lives, I did more campaigns. I did the Black Friday campaign. I did a Christmas campaign, and I just really just put it out there. Again, not putting too much on social media, using my my VIP group. So it just seemed to really, really flow. We did online launches for new and existing teams. So someone said to me years ago, when after about 2 years in the business, when was the last time I did a launch for my friends and family? And I hadn't since I started. And a lot of people, I think they think the launch is to start and then you don't need to do them again. Why not just introduce your business or reintroduce your business to the people that came to your first launch? Because some of them might never have bought the first time because their circumstances might have been different. But then now they might be in a better position, or they might need the products more, which will obviously make them want to use the products when you're talking about them. I did nothing difficult, you know, and people think, I think this business is hard when you start. It's not difficult. I just literally used the products and showed people what I was doing. And I just really did that consistently. And I did it on a day-to-day basis. And I was focused. So, you know, it's not just a whim, you know, just did it then and did it then. I was consistent with it, and I was really focused on my own activity. So this led to some amazing things in my business, which I weren't expecting at the time. So I became in the 50 club, and that was in June. I became a member of the 50 club, which I really wasn't expecting. It wasn't even on my goal board for the beginning of the year, but it just happened because I built my retail, my team see me build my retail, and they then just followed suit. Another really key thing, and this really surprised me, is 6 customers actually joined as FBOs, and 4 of them were new customers during the pandemic. Actually, they weren't even customers before I started, which is amazing. That really shocked me because I just didn't see that part coming. I hit the level 5. Oh, just seen level 5 on the Allo incentive as well, which again, you know, the month before, I think I hit about 14 case credits. So to be level 5 wasn't, I shouldn't say it like this, but I thought it wasn't possible for me. I thought I was going to hit level 1 or 2 because to build up onto 14, 5 case credits, I was like, I'm never going to do that. But it happened. And I think when you're consistent, these things happen. And another really key thing for me is December's always a quieter month for me. I still build my business in December, but November's massive and December's always slightly quieter for me. This year, I had the biggest December I've ever had, beat November with my eyes closed. And it was like amazing that could happen. So I went from 2019 doing an average of 10 case credits to 2020 doing an average of 13.7 case credits retail per month. Okay, that's an increase of 39%. My business was up 64% though, so it just proved my team were also following suit. So I worked out in retail value what that was in money. So my case credits came to over £40,000 of retail sales within 2020. Okay, if you work that as a manager, it's around £18,000 to £19,000 in bonus for just retailing to your customers. If you've got a team as well, just imagine how much you can be earning. People always say this opportunity, you need to build your business. Yes, you do. But there's an amazing opportunity as a retailer to also create an amazing income. It works out to be £1,500 a month. And who wouldn't want that? You know, most people in a full-time job are either just under that or just over that. And they work 40, 50 hours a week. You know, I was doing this part-time, especially the retailing part. That was really part-time. And it's just amazing that this can come from just retailing to a few people you know. And I'll just share one thing that wasn't expecting. When you've got a team, you go on your case credits every single morning and you look to see if they've gone up and you get all excited if they go up. And we all love that buzz. And that's what one thing I loved about this business. But when you create your customers a retail account, you get the same buzz because on your phone, you get a message to say someone's placed an order. And you're like, wow, okay. And you actually get the notification of them placing the order. And because you've given your customers that opportunity to place their own orders, a lot of them come to me, but the occasional time they'll place it themselves and they place more than they normally order, which is great because you think, oh, they don't normally order that. And they've added something extra on. And that was for me was one of the biggest surprises, I think, of giving my customers their own link, even though I was placing it for them, is for the fact that every now and again I get an order come through that I wasn't expecting. And, you know, and it's amazing. Like one of my customers, she spends about £80 a month. I think it was in July, she spent £210. I messaged her saying, why isn't she part of the business? She said to me, what's part of the business mean? The month later, she joined Forever and she was part of my team. And that for me was one of the biggest, it was just so overwhelming to think that I was helping her by creating a link to make it easy for her, and she's ended up joining my team. So I think the opportunity for retailing is so fresh out there at the moment because people are looking to buy. And I just think if you take that time to just interact with people and do it for them, they then just go into their own. And I just believe, you know, we've got an amazing opportunity at the moment to just expand. So thank you very much. And I'm going to pass over back to Bob and Jane. Thank you.